Well, this is going to be a different kind of podcast, guys. I'm currently in an undisclosed location. It kind of looks like we're hostages.
With this backdrop as well.
Do you like the sound of his voice, by the way, guys?
Don't. If you can hear me, I don't know why we're doing a podcast.
When in doubt, I just want to create another idea. We are in an undisclosed location shooting something for something and something. And I just thought, since I'm with Mike's shooting, I'm going to get him on a podcast. It does feel like I'm cheating on Chica a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Cheeks.
considering you can't talk, we need any vocal rest we can get.
Get him in it.
Should we get him on FaceTime?
Let's get him on FaceTime.
See if we can get him in. Let's see. I just know he's not gonna. He's always up late. What if I send him like a little voice note maybe after?
I can't fucking send him one.
Yeah, I know you can't. This is so weird. I think the more you drink that water and honey, the better it's gonna be.
This is like my fourth one in this room.
Okay. Let me just send Chica a little voice note. Hey Cheeks, you probably didn't know this, but you know how like I'm shooting in an undisclosed location with Mike's. I decided to like start 2 left feet extra, just very last minute, whilst Mikey has no voice. Probably won't be that great because the geezer can't really speak, so I'm just going to talk at him. I promise you I'm not cheating on you. I hope we can come to terms with this and move forward. And I hope you don't really have an attitude next time we record next week. So, love you lots. Yeah, well, you guys will see us in the next pod. But this is going to be a short one. This is going to be a short one because I just...
It kind of has to be.
Yeah. So I'm just going to talk at you. Yeah, I would love to talk to you. But we've got to shoot again tomorrow, and I don't know how that's going to go.
I honestly do not know how the fuck that will go. Sorry, can I swear?
Yeah, you can swear.
I don't know how that will go, mate. I don't have a clue. Because this is as loud as I can go.
All right.
Gorlock the Destroyer.
I'm going to just talk at you, and you can nod if you're listening. Well, you can get your voice in here. I'm fucking fed up of Arsenal, mates. Today was the day that I think Arsenal lost the title.
Coming off the back of a 2-2 draw with Villa.
That was such great input.
Thank you.
I don't think they heard you, but...
They didn't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Have the overlay.
Yeah, overlay. So, I'm fed up. I'm really worried about the shoot tomorrow.
So am I.
So... I was talking to you just there. We were watching Match of the Day, watching it back. Like, it just shows for a fact that Arsenal's like defensive problems, defensive solidity has absolutely covered our Arsenal season, and the fact that we couldn't hit a barn door is really worrying. Now I made the point in the video recently where I was like, it's because we don't score like out of the blue. And obviously Trossard did the other day against Spurs, but I would argue keeper should have saved it.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I think... Sorry. Don't worry what I think.
Yeah. So, I was thinking, at this point, I think we should put the dog up front. Win, yeah. Because... I've run out of ideas at this point because we're just not going to sign. I'd be very surprised if we sign a striker. I would rather put win from the training ground up top. It is bad.
What, over Havertz?
I like Havertz. I think he's a great player. We just need another attacker. It's just the amount of options. You need different dimensions to your game.
There we go.
Oh, he's back.
Am I back?
No, he's not. So I'm just going to give it up. I really want to put the dog up front. And I was just wondering what you thought about that.
I think it's a good idea. I think he'd get goals compared to Havertz.
Yeah, because these are the fucking standards, guys. Because the thing is, like, people are talking about a number 2 for the dog. Like, people are saying that Arteta's going to bring in a dog called Success. because these are the fogging standards. Winner and success. But we can't bring a number 2 in for a striker, apparently. Apparently that's really tough, but we can bring another dog in. So since, like, we only really need one dog in the training ground, I was thinking, just why not stick him up top at this rate? We've got no other options.
Realistically, if you could sign any striker, a realistic striker, who would you go for?
Do you know what?
I know what you're going to say, and you're going to get cancelled.
Mateta.
I knew you were going to say that.
Why not? Since he's playing Nketiah out the side, Nketiah was our number 2, and we did all right with him as our number 2 in the squad, he bags.
He gets goals.
He gets goals. Cunha...
But does he get goals at Arsenal? Cunha, great shout.
He has fallen off a bit in recent weeks. You know, in an ideal world, Isaac, never going to happen. But do you see how, like, I've been thinking about this for ages as an Arsenal fan, like any other Arsenal fan has, and nothing comes to mind, which shows this is a very tricky problem to fix and one that should have been addressed a lot earlier, to the point where I want to put a dog up front.
Look, I think if you're being realistic, Victor Osimhen has to be the shout. He has to be.
And you said he's got a clause in his contract, I'll talk for you as you're struggling, that if any 6 clubs, including Arsenal, come after in January, he can end that loan and join that club immediately. Allegedly. I just don't see Osimhen at Arsenal. I think he's, as Chica has said before, miss your cheeks, promise you I'm not cheating on you. I just see him as such a Chelsea. Osimhen has just got Chelsea written all over it.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
It's not that I wouldn't have him. I do think he's a tinsy bit overrated. And I know that's not going to go down well, especially with Chica. But I just can't see him fitting in at Arsenal.
I haven't seen enough of him to give an honest and accurate description of what I think.
Yeah, you should whisper it.
Mate, I don't have a choice.
This would be the whisper pod. Yeah, no.
This podcast, I just want to put it out there. I'm really sorry to anyone watching, because this is fucked, mate. Not you, me.
Oh well, I'm the main one talking. I'm quite enjoying this. I don't know, it's original.
Yeah.
I will podcast in any shape or form I can. In any way, I will podcast. Even if it's just Mikey sneezing halfway through, I will podcast. And you're not going to stop me. Because we are the podcast. This is episode 41.5.
Should we get a sponsor on board? It's got to be a sponsor.
It's got to be sponsored. Probably like Pedigree for winner.
Soothers.
Soothers would be a great... because Mike took a soother halfway through this podcast, and now he sounds like this. Yeah, he can't. He can't.
So, get Chica's voice over.
Yeah, Chica. There we go.
There we go.
He's back.
Get Chica's voice over the top of the...
Yeah, okay, cool. All right. I honestly don't know who Arsenal get. I honestly don't. At this point, I want Mateta or I want Winner up front. Either will do. Mateta will probably bag more goals, in all honesty. But the fact that we've even joked about a backup and we know the name of the backup for Winner at the training centre tells you everything you need to know about our recruitment. Yeah. As I said in the last pod, we have spent nearly over £100 million on left back since 2019.
I don't think the recruitment is bad. I don't.
But going forward, do you know who we've signed? Going forward. So we signed Havertz as an 8. Jesus was signed as a 9. There was a debate to whether even it is a 9. Signed Sterling. Been shit. We have signed Trossard, who's been good. Has been good. And I'm trying to think on the other side. Willian, who was awful. And Marquinhos, who is like Pitbull, because he's Mr. Worldwide right now. He's on loan at any part of the world he can bloody find. So to say the money should have been put into attackers over spending over £100 million on left backs is probably an understatement. But at this point, Mateta, please join us. It's any informed striker that's like mid-table downwards. I'm just like, please, just anyone at this point.
That's it. He's scoring goals.
Yeah, that's what we need.
That's what you need.
And we need someone who creates something out of nothing. And Mateta would. I know it's a really weird shout, but what else have we got right now?
Do you think if you signed a striker, let's say a great striker, right?
Yeah.
Osimhen, we'll use him as an example.
Yeah.
Do you think Arsenal are still in the title race?
Yes. I think we get a player that can bag 10 till the end of the season at least.
Do you think Arsenal are still in the title race as it stands?
Not currently, because we don't have a striker. If we don't sign a striker, we're not in the title race at all. If we do sign a striker, we're in the title race. It's very, very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you.
Have you got any names that come? 'Cause it's so hard to think of a number 9 nowadays.
I mean, 6 months ago, I would have said Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
Now that's out the situation.
Well, apparently he's a bit of an arse as well. From Arteta had a meeting with him and wanted to cancel it early.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Look, there's just no one.
There's no one on the market available at the moment.
Yeah, we're screwed.
But there's got to be someone. I genuinely don't think Mateta's a bad shout. Just bring him through the door.
Bring him through the door. He wouldn't go for
He'll
much.
have a release clause.
Actually, he probably would go for a bit because he's banging in goals. But
If he's got a release clause at Palace,
Yeah.
it's 20 million.
yeah,
It makes sense to trigger that.
I don't think it's a mad shout.
I don't think it's a bad shout.
I miss the days where we were debating over like what type of striker we should have. Now I would take anything. Back in the day, like when we used to play Bayern, we're like, oh, if only we had a striker that could run in behind because we had Giroud. Now, it's just take anyone.
We've got a few at Bristol City.
Yeah, mate, in a heartbeat, I would take Barnett's number 9 right now. I would honestly, Aldershot, if you got a number 9 going, again, like, I genuinely think we put the dog up front, like at this rate, because it's getting ridiculous. On another bit of, sorry,
Don't worry, carry on.
I was just gonna say on another bit of transfer news, I just want to talk about real quickly. In 2 left feet extra, Kvara Donna. I was having this chat. PSG is a step down. Ligue 1 is not what it was. And you can see the way that PSG are building their approach of signing young players that are exciting, and they're kind of rebuilding the league from scratch because they can't even get TV rights. It's boring. It's a boring league. They're struggling for money. They're sponsored by Uber Eats, which has nothing to do with it, and now I'm hungry. It's a shite league. And do you know what's the worst thing? Do you know Monaco have 2 number 9s that used to play for Arsenal? BRF and Balogun. Monaco have got 2 Hale end strikers.
Look, I don't blame Varskelio for making the move.
But he would have been a legend. He's called Kvara Donna. And they're like doing so well in Serie A.
Yeah. Oh, hello. We could be back in business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Anyway, I don't blame him. He's going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, I'd probably do the same thing.
Would you?
Because he could become a legend of PSG.
I can't wait to put like emotional music over this while you're whispering. I can't see it. I don't think anyone that plays for PSG right now becomes a legend. It's a league that's fading off. I genuinely think the Portuguese league is a higher standard than Liga now. As much as PSG have all that money, I really do.
I think if PSG win a European title of some kind, not the Champions League, where it be Europa League, and he leads them there, he could become a legend.
Yeah, I just really see it as a step down. It's weird as well because PSG are talking about how they're like wanting to sign youth players, young players, and change their approach, and then they sign a star like him. It doesn't make sense to me. I get, look, if he does well, brilliant, but I'm not going to be too impressed.
But they don't have a single star there at the moment. Ousmane Dembele, you could argue, but is he?
Not really anymore. No, I just think stay at Napoli, become a legend. I just think PSG were like, don't get me wrong, they're an established club considering they was founded in the 1970s. But you don't, apart from Ronaldinho, Lavezzi, Ibrahimovic, I'm naming loads of legends for PSG now, so I'm going to retract my point. Mbappe. I just, let's put it this way: Neymar went there, and it ruined his credibility. When looking back on his career, and he was one of the best players of all time. I think if he stays at Barca, we were even saying earlier, wins another Champions League, looks back amazing. You go to PSG, unfortunately, your credibility is tainted. It's why Mbappe made the move. It's Mbappe going from PSG to Real Madrid is a move up.
It's tainted, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Going from any club to Real Madrid is a step up. Anyone.
Yeah.
But if, like I said, if Mbappe had won something with PSG, if they had won the Champions League in 2020, getting all the way to the final and losing, if they had won that, I think we'd see PSG as a club very differently.
Yeah, that's a great point, but unfortunately they didn't. Now they've got to change the whole approach.
Absolutely. And I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying at all, but I don't blame Kvaratskhelia for making that move at all. I think if you're given the biggest contract probably in the league, I don't know how much money he's on.
Yeah.
Probably in the league, you're going to be the main man at that football club, replacing Mbappe when the club's on its knees. If he leads them to something more than the league title, I genuinely think he'd be seen as a legend. But
So he could go from Kvara-Donna to Kvara-Dina.
if you like,
Yeah.
I'm really struggling.
Yeah. All right, I'll take over. Yeah, so if he goes to PSG, essentially becomes a legend and leads them when they're on their knees. But what coverage? What coverage? You beat Montpellier away. It's a lot different to beating like an AC Milan away for Napoli. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, it's this comparison that could be flipped a different way, but there are way more top teams in Serie A. There are way more top teams in La Liga. There's way more top teams in England. Portugal have got Benfica, Sporting, and Porto. France have got Lille, PSG, and Monaco. And Monaco have fallen off a bit. Oh, Marseille. Yeah, that's a very good point. One of the biggest teams in the world. But they've got a similar amount of like credibility in the rankings, and I just, especially with the league on its knees, as you say, yes, he'll become a legend, but I think it affects the way that people will look at his career the same way it is at Neymar. So, yeah, it's great. And I suppose it's what you want to get out of football, but winning a league compared to a Scudetto is very different. I know you want a Scudetto, and he's already gone down, but you stay there, mate. You become a massive legend.
Maybe there's more going on behind the scenes that we don't know about now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it with Osimhen.
Yeah.
We know that the club has a bit of a reputation.
Yeah.
Two of their best players have left within the space of 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're competing for the title.
Yeah.
They're right up there. Clearly, something's going on.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. It is a bit odd. Again, can't wait to put the whispers. I know you're struggling, so we're going to wrap this up quick.
Sorry.
On the 2 Left Feet extra. Screw it. There was just a few things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about what goes into your room 101 in football. Since we're in a hotel room, we're actually in room 104. What goes into your room 101? So, you've seen room 101, have you? So, it's like the one thing that pisses you off that you think shouldn't be around. So, like, people, like, there's different subjects. So, like, in the case of food, over salting, like, you shouldn't put that in there. Why do people do that?
I get you.
So mine is cut socks. Not cut socks in the way of getting grip socks on. Back it. Love grip socks. But any footballer that cuts the back of their socks to increase blood circulation, what? It doesn't. I'm like, there is breathable material in these well-established companies, cutting a little hole out to make it look like your pet cat's had a little schnibble on the back of your calves. I'm sorry, it does nothing, and I'm not having it. And I see people on Saturdays, when I play on Saturdays, doing it, and I just want to 2-foot them.
Yeah, Sunday League, that's tragic.
Yeah, not that I would reach them half the time, but if I could get a sniff, I'm going straight for the exposed bit. What are you doing? What are you doing? Even when I see pro footballers doing it, what are you doing? It was cool when we were bringing in things like schnoods in 2011. That was like a fashion accessory. Now we're bringing in ripped jeans on socks. What, like, when you're cutting holes in the back of your socks, that is essentially, it doesn't matter. I'm on a rant. If you're cutting holes in the back of your socks, it's essentially ripped jeans for socks in football. What are we going to do later? Put holes in your waistband because the blood circulation around your waist ain't good enough. Like, put holes in the back. What is going on?
Yeah, I hear that a lot. A lot of people say that.
It's bollocks.
For me, without question, it's signs at games. Kids holding up signs. Can I have your shirt?
Really?
Oh, mate.
Why does it do? I actually don't mind that.
I hate it.
Why?
I'm just like, no. Enjoy the game. I didn't have that privilege when I was a kid. Do you think we got given shirts willy-nilly?
Yeah, but they've put in the effort to get that shirt, so why is that a problem?
I just think it's proper tacky. Because a lot of the time it's sold on. You see what I mean? And I don't particularly have an issue with that. But, nah, fuck that, I do have an issue with
Yeah. Do you think it's parents trying to get a quick buck because they're kids?
Yeah.
Do you think, ooh,
Yeah, I do.
you've given me an idea for when I have kids. If this goes tits up, I need some money to film a podcast if I can't get like anyone on anymore. Because I got these ranting sessions about putting a dog up top. Yeah, you give me an idea.
There you go, mate, you're
Or
welcome.
maybe I adopt. And maybe I adopt next week, take them to a get, and then that can fund the pod. Yeah, but no, all jokes aside, I know I get where you're coming from.
It does wind me up. I just think there's something about it that doesn't sit right. Just go to the game and enjoy it. Like when I was a kid, I went to the game for the football. You know, I went to watch the game. I loved the experience. I went for the pie. I went for the shirt to buy myself or have myself.
Yeah.
And soak in the atmosphere. But if you're sat there for 90 minutes,
Yeah.
and then at full time, it's the one thing that you're waiting for. I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
I think players should say, no, get out my sight.
Eric Cantona are them.
Not kids.
Maybe the parents.
The parents, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the parents. Is there anything that you just want to get off your chest that like you've seen in football recently?
I don't think I can get any.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll go again next time we go on a shoot together. We'll do it again. This is going to be the crappiest thing ever, but I'm going to drop it for the sake of drop it because it's going to be so jokes when I clip this up. And people are going to be like, isn't that Mikey FC that goes, do you remember? And it's like, so I think Osherman was a really good player and we're doing ASMR at 20 past midnight.
This is the reality of talking into a camera.
It's a tough life being an influencer, isn't it?
Influencer.
Yeah. You're influencing people to whisper. Oh, have you seen, I'm just going to tell you, Jefferson Montero, the guy that skinned Callum Chambers, a name I haven't heard in ages, has signed for like an 8th tier club called St. Helens. It's the most random thing. And it's got me thinking, we did a thing on like, is football all about pace? Like, would Kyle Walker be the same about pace? Got loads of hate about it. And I mentioned it on the start of the other podcast. I'm not... if he's playing 8th tier, I'm sure he could have done 2nd Division Ecuador. Like, he does not have to go and play for a team called St. Helens. That is ridiculous. This is a man that skinned the Cardiff right back right now numerous times. Was his ability so crap that he's now playing for St. Helens? Also, it's just so random. It's like, I understand like an English player doing it. He's in Ecuador. He's made his money. You're in a beautiful landscape. Why are you going to the north of England to play?
Maybe so.
And I think this has proved my point about pace.
He might have a missus in St. Helens. Helen from St. Helens.
But he's Ecuadorian, Mike. I think he's doing all right in Ecuador when it comes to...
Helena.
Yeah, maybe Helena. Yeah, maybe Helena. I think, essentially, that is proving my point about pace. But you guys can love it, hate it. I'll clip it up. And just one more thing before you go. There's just a few things I want to mention because I'm going to forget when I talk to Chica. One, João Pedro, you're a lucky boy. I don't think I've ever seen a player get away with 2 decisions the way he has recently. That elbow, if that connected, that isn't just, that's a knockout, that's concussion, that is, you're not playing in the NFL even though you're playing in the Premier League.
It was GBH.
Yeah.
It was awful. And I can't believe he didn't get sent off.
Yeah, even for doing, if you go up studs up into a challenge and you're like flying in and you can get a red card for that, then you should get a red for potentially trying to decapitate someone. I'm pretty sure João Pedro's elbow was stronger than the guillotine in France. Like, that was coming for... that was a Shawn Michaels elbow drop. I genuinely thought he was going to hit the sweet chin music after he missed that elbow. Like, I've never seen... And then he runs full pace at the Ipswich keeper, thought he was playing rugby. Or maybe he thought he was playing NFL, because Jesus Christ, I've never seen someone... João Pedro was coming like Bullet Bill. And not just Bullet Bill with the magic star in Mario Kart. He was Bullet Bill with the magic star on Rainbow Road. I don't know what he was thinking there. And I was signing for Arsenal in a heartbeat because we really need a striker.
Through the door, you know what to do.
Just anyone at this point. Mateta, João Pedro, you bloody name it. One last question. Mikey's getting really bad. I want to start a Goblin 11.
Fuck's sake. Cool.
I'm putting Aurelio Gomez in goal. Okay. And we're going to slowly build this with Chica. Okay. Who is a nomination for your Goblin 11?
I'm going for Goblin, based not on appearance, but on attitude.
Yeah.
Neil Mopay up front.
Yes. He's got to go up top on Goblin 11. I think we're slowly going to build this team. I think for the continuous podcast, we had 2 more players to the team, and then we feed back our Goblin 11. Okay, I'm going to cut out. I just wanted to record some with mics because we're up doing a very exciting shoot. Can I say that? Okay, you'll see it on this YouTube channel. But this has been 2 Left Feet Extra. I may do this when I'm on shoots in the future. Chica, I promise you I'm not cheating on you. And I love you guys lots.
I don't know you.
This is probably the weirdest thing you've ever listened to, because Mikey's probably like ASMRing your ear holes right now. If you listen, just if you're going to bed, just Mikey, outro it now.
You've been watching 2 Left Feet. I've been Mikey, the special guest of the episode, hosted by Jack and Chica, who's away on duty. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
I can't wait to build that Goblin 11.